What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Orlando powder room. Today we got some parts in, some PFT parts or GT parts, headset or some cups, some brake handles, some 474 pedals that need to be stripped with the triggers. Usually this customer does his own body work, but these can still use a little bit of a helping hand. So we're going to straighten them up a little bit, because as soon as you put powder on them, all these angle changes and stuff will jump out at you. So we're going to clean those up, get these units in the stripper. We also got a shipment from Indianapolis, Indiana. Customer of ours that we did his bike not too long ago, and he liked the black so much he sent us a set of bars to do the same black, and he gets an A+ because he sent the shipping return label and a note with all the information. So that's super helpful. I got some crownies. Alright, I got some red line bars here. You can see they got some rough areas. So we'll get these blasted and then we'll get these sanded out. Try to get them as smooth as we can. If we have to, I guess we'll put some high build primer on them. And then we'll get them black. Alright, so this is just a 3M grinder with a little cookie disc on the end of it. We're just going to clean these pedals up a little bit. Just trying to get the abrupt angle changes knocked down so they don't stick out. So it's been a few minutes. I'm guessing that these 474 and those triggers are ready to come out of the stripper. We're going to get her opened up, pop them out, take a look. So we've recently switched strippers. We went to a less toxic stripper. It has to be heated, and it doesn't do the job quite as fast as the other stripper, but it's a lot safer. It doesn't burn you, and it don't smell nearly as bad. So we're going to pull these out of here. All nice and stripped. Hit them with the pressure washer. Then we're going to blast them. Danny's got gloss black going into the gun for another project, a big custom bike. So I'm going to get these handlebars knocked out, get them cleaned up, so we can make these gloss black with all the rest of the stuff on the gloss black rack. So I'm just going to vibrate sand these, see how they look, and go from there. Now we got these bars looking all kinds of fresh, or just a lot smoother than they were. So now they're going to go in and get outgassed with all the other parts, like those 474 pedals, all the brake parts that are aluminum. They're going to go sit in the oven for a while and get baked raw, just to get all the impurities and stuff out of the surface of the metal. And then we'll give them their colors. And this is how they come out. Like glass. Can't see none of the imperfections that were there. So we're going to get these suckers wrapped up, get them headed back out to Illinois or Indiana or somewhere that way. Next up, we got the Pro Freestyle Tour parts, well, GT parts. These are the SR 474s we were working on earlier. About to get satin black. So to shoot these things, I usually turn the total air down on my machine so that we don't overfill some of these stamps. And usually on the 474s, one side, the embossing on one side is better than the one on the other. But actually these look pretty decent. Let's say this one. Yeah, look. This one, a little focus. It's got a pretty good logo there, SR 474. But the other side, you can see how it's kind of shoddy. It's not real good. But I think it'll still be able to stick out, be legible with satin black. If this was a 2-stage or a 3-stage, we'd be in trouble, but satin black, we turn our machine down, I think we'll be just fine. Yeah, we're turned down pretty dang far. Hopefully we can get through some of these corner paths. Definitely don't want that to happen. These little cups are notorious. I really should be using my electron. Then we blow out our bearing surfaces. Then we're going to wipe these cups. We're going to put them under light and see how they look. All the satin black is fresh from the oven. As you can see, the logos turned out excellent. The ends look good. Perfect. Everything else is out. I'm just going to get wrapped up and head back to the customer. What's next? Figured since we're here, I'll show you these units too. Came out super clean. Satin black. Phew. Now we're on to the next thing. Next up is this diamond back. So this thing is going to be chrome in the back, white, with peach, like a corally kind of peachy color, faded in here and in there. So I'm gonna take a look at the picture to double check so I can get an idea of exactly where to hit my fades. But I know the back half is chrome, majority of the bike is white, and it fades in, I think it's some in here and some in here. But I'll double check that. We got frame fork bars, stem, C-clamp, brakes, all that stuff's going white. So we're gonna have to base this thing in white first. Make sure not to coat our chrome. And this is a fade to chrome, not a hard line like the Haros. So we gotta look out for that. We're gonna make it white first. So for this project, we are gonna be using Super Mirror White from Columbia Coatings. This is our go-to white, obviously. Cleanest, whitest, brightest white that I have been able to find. So this is what we're going to put on that bike and all of its parts. But it has child-proof opening. There we go. Get this loaded up, hit the booth. We're all set up. We got our ground connected. Right over the yonder. We got our machine set to mid-school Diamondback. Let's make it white. So now we'll get the back half of it wiped off. There's no powder, white powder on the chrome. I shortened it a little bit so that our peach color can come out further than the white, so that you don't see any of the white under the peach. Other than that, we got to remove some plugs, wipe our holes, put it in the oven. This is the prismatic powder storage cabinet. I got to go through there and find I think it's coral peach or peachy coral, or I don't know, but I'll recognize it when I see it. Problem is finding it in there. Finding it in here and then praying we have enough. Not a very popular color. Now, well, it's not looking good, so I'll be back. As it turns out, I was looking on the wrong shelf. Apparently, coral peach doesn't go with pinks and reds. It goes with yellow. All right, here we go, coral peach, prismatic powders. as you can tell by Exhibit A, that was a gigantic fail. Apparently that's not the color I thought it was. And that color is terrible. It would be a cool color on something else, just this isn't what we're looking for. So I'm going to try one trick and probably going to end up putting this bike back in the stripper. This is going to go one of two ways. This is a supernatural pink. This should be a bit brighter and flashier than what the bike really calls for. But this also requires a white base. So if we put it over the corally peachy base, maybe it'll tone it down a bit. Chances are this bike is going back in the stripper, but how do you know if you don't try? The bike is obviously in no danger. Nothing can go wrong that we cannot fix. So we're just going to shoot this over the top, see how it looks, and if it's not something that we like, the bike's got to get stripped anyways. So why not give it a shot? I've only used this color once before on a Haro for one of our good customers, and the thing came up sick over the white, but it's loud and bright and crazy. So maybe tone down a little bit with that, using that peachy coral as a base. Maybe we'll tone it down a bit. I can see some of y'all yelling at your phone saying, why didn't you shoot a test panel? Why didn't you test? You would have known that this color isn't what you're looking for. And you're right, I probably should have, but in my brain, this was a completely different color. But things happen, and we make them. Here we go. This should be a drastic change. Hoping for the better. If not, this unit's stripper bound with the bars and the forks. You would have thought I would have checked before I sprayed the rest of the stuff, but that didn't happen either. So we're going to get it blowed back and stick it in the oven, see what it looks like. Alright, so before we reveal this color, go down in the comments and tell me what you think is going to happen. You think it's going to look alright, or you think we're going to the strip tank. So I'll take a second, leave your comment below, let me know. If you guessed that it was going to look like absolute fire, you got it right. Check it out. Fade looks good, the color is perfect. And I like the little darker color peek out a little bit before it transitions back to the white. Woo! Not too bad. Alright, I got lucky. Alright, so some will say skill, the others will say luck. I say it's a little bit of both. But anyways, that's going to wrap up today's video. Go check out the Instagram, Orlando_powder_room. Facebook @powderroom, www.orlandopowderroom.com. Catch you on the next one.